Morning, everybody. I know it's the last day of the conference, so we really appreciate, and very early, we really appreciate those of you who finally came. And thank you for being here, and hello to our online participants. So it's going to be, you can ask questions and comments through the Whova chat, and my colleague's going to monitor this chat. Before I'm trying to move my picture from the way. Okay, so before we introduce ourselves, I want to take a moment to, or like little sad news for our school and for me personally. When we arrived to this conference on Monday, we learned that very dear person, teacher, and my mentor, Cynthia Egleton, passed away. She was sick, but I didn't know it. I didn't expect it's going to happen so fast. And I hoped to text her from this conference. I hope to send her pictures. I hope to visit her after I return. And I just want to I want to acknowledge her legacy because I'm a former ESL student and she was one of my ESL teachers. But she also was a huge adult education advocate. And why I call her my mentor, because whatever I'm doing this today, it's her, how to say, she took care of me as a student. She taught me how to be an adult advocate and how to support student leadership. So I just want to remember her. You want to say anything? Okay, thank you. Okay, now it's time to introduce us. So first of all, let's with names.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Wright. I'm the admin assistant at the San Mateo Adult Career Education in San Mateo, California. And just really honored to serve our students in, sometimes it's just like office work, but serving students in that capacity and being able to present here today.
And my name is Marina Kravtsova. So as I mentioned, I am a former ESL student of San Mateo Adult and Career Education. Then I was there as a student and student leader and student volunteer for 5 years. Then I got a job there as an English learner specialist. I worked for 8 years. In the same time, I overview and coordinated student volunteers. And last summer, I moved to position of student success coordinator. And now my primary job is to coordinate our student volunteers and student leaders.
Hello everyone, my name is Eva and I'm a student at San Mateo Adult School and also I'm a student council member. And because of my school, I have the chance to go to College of San Mateo, and right now I study graphic design. Thank you a lot. And thank you that you have a chance to come to our presentation, and we try to provide you interesting information and say how it's important adult education. Thank you.
So we, one of the biggest school in our county in California. We part of consortium with 5 adult schools, and we are the biggest one, and 3 community college. And you can see our lovely students, how they already participate in outside of classrooms. And also you can see a long line of students waiting to register to the class. So every time we have this big line. So because there's not a big attendance, we would like to hear from you guys. Where are you from? What state you present and what program? Thank you.
Hello.
What is your program? What's your role in your program? My role is family business coordinator for my program. I also coordinate a lot of student leadership.
Great. Perfect. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Kaiser from Portuguese College in Service, Arizona. ESOL instructor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Michelle Bruce, I'm a site administrator in Michigan, we are a consortium of.
Oh, good.
Good morning, my name is Jermaine Riley. I'm from Douglas, Georgia, and I'm a paraprofessional at Wild Branch Georgia Technical College. And also, I'm a student there.
Oh, great.
Hi, I'm Eric Field. I work with the Distance Education Professional Development Center at Texas A&M, and I used to be part of the program that did both HSC and ESL. So I'm interested in how these extracurricular activities were used in your program. These could bring back to my old program and say, make some suggestions.
Okay, and we have somebody in chat from Florida, you said? Yeah. Okay, so we have people from Florida online and other people. Oh, somebody else just pop up. What?
Jen, right, I'm from Florida State College at Jacksonville, admin role for instructor support. Our ESOL enrollment is about 1,700 students currently. And Rebecca, right, to us, I'm from Austin Community College in Austin, Texas. I'm the coordinator for our internationally civic professionals program.
San
Thank
Antonio.
you a lot.
Okay, so sorry that people online saying they cannot hear us. Please respond if you can hear us. Our online audience, we using mic. So can you hear us? Please respond in the chat. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for introducing yourself. And it seems like they hear us. Perfect. Okay, so I think I give a floor to you. Next should be yours. Why it's not working? That next one? Yeah, extracurricular activities. So we're going to talk about extracurricular activities. Of course, we all teach ASL, but today we're going to focus on extracurricular activities. And so we will start from the history.
So I'm actually can you grab that computer? We just have technology going on everywhere, trying to figure it all out. Thanks for your patience. So that's why. So extracurricular activities, just to talk about my question. Why? Okay, it's not working. I don't know why the Slido isn't coming up.
Let's do it.
Give me the other one. So what extracurricular, so the question is, what extracurricular activities do you participate in and why? Or did you in school, it could be in middle school and high school. Give me the other computer, the other one.
Yeah, so this question
We could
was
just-
supposed to be in Slido, but for some reason today we have a lot of problems. So if you participated as a student in any extracurricular activities, would you share your experience? And online audience, please share in chat.
What else?
Thank you.
In high school, I participated in a bunch of students, so I became involved with our exchange student team. Big sports and then been the chair for various women clubs and stuff.
You?
High school, I was in the in high school, but I was in the marching band. So I was in
extracurriculars included basketball, track, theater, choir. As one of those volunteer groups that help them my way to clean.
Thank you. So I can summarize like with sport, labs, music, something to make some difference. Yes. Do we have anything in the chat? No. So okay. So let's.
So just to share a little bit about myself, extracurricular activities that I was a part of. So in middle school, I was a part of Toastmasters International, which is it was a program that we learned in public speaking and being able to like present different things, present yourself in front of groups and things like that. And they're still going strong. Actually, I was just looking because they're just about 100 years old now. Also in high school, I was in the Black Student Union. And my freshman year, I was a member and the secretary. Sophomore year and junior year, I was president. And then senior year, I became an advisor for the incoming freshmen and sophomores in Black Student Union. I played badminton, which is very interesting. I had moved to a school in high school that the demographic was different than where I grew up, and I had never heard of badminton, and so that was a lot of fun. And then I was also a student athletic trainer. I thought I wanted to go into the medical field, and so that was something that I went into as a trainer. And so we know that here in America, extracurricular activities are everywhere. Like every school has them. It's part of education. It's just something that is ingrained in our culture and part of education. And so in K-12, that's just what it is. I think most people, I don't know, I remember, and I did used to be in band as well. I didn't think about that, but I remember like I couldn't wait to get to fourth grade so I could finally go into band, because that was a kind of a thing, you know. It wasn't until about fourth grade, it was like I can finally play an instrument. And so it's just ingrained in our culture here to have extracurricular activities as part of your education, right? So next question, and we'll just have to answer this round again. Do you have any activities at your school or educational agencies? And if yes, what? So we're specifically talking about activities or extracurricular type things for your students, for adult students at your school. Yes, and in the chat, so do you have any activities, any extracurricular activities at your school or educational agency? If yes, please type what that is. Thank you.
Going along the lines of we've done beach cleanups with our students and creating a garden. Right?
Mm.
And the growing and the cleaning. So the same one. Our adult ed program, I don't think activities, but because we are attached to our local community college, our students are allowed, or we encourage them to get involved with the different organizations and clubs that are tied to that are involved with our community college.
Okay.
So I have one that's involved with book club. We have some that might be SBA, but we take them to events that are sponsored on the campus, everything that's available to them, and they realize and understand that it's open for them to join.
Yeah.
Don't have anything. Something you want to that connection, because it is a piece that is missing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any right now, but we are working on some programs.
Awesome.
Thinking along the lines of charity activities, which costs or book exchange, but centers around the city where they.
Awesome. We don't know why it doesn't want to start. But now I gotta reshare. We have to reshare though. It's not shared. So sorry about this. So our online can't see it. Give me a second. All right.
Thank you. So we want to share a little bit what we do and why. So again, we're talking about our huge population is ASL students, ASL immigrant students, and we offer them several programs. First of all, it's a student ambassador program, which we created in 2016. We let our students to volunteer in order to help us with ASL registration. It was an idea that students can come and support our our new students, newcomers, mostly by translating because we have a lot of beginners, but also supporting staff during the tasting sessions, and also they help now to fill out the electronic e-registration forms, guide students around the campus, give them campus tour, and like for next several years, this student ambassador program became very important and very essential for our school, and our student ambassadors participate in many different school events. Whenever we need volunteers, whenever we need help, we just call them to help, no matter it's translating, assisting staff in the office, helping with our school events, etc. And I will proudly say that from like 15 students at the beginning, now on my volunteer list, it's 70 or more currently enrolled as student ambassadors. Another program is Student Council. We always used to have it for 20 years, and I was one of Student Council officers when I was a student. But then after COVID, we put it on a pause because it was very difficult to restart. And this year in January, we resumed our student council, and Eva is one of student council officers newly elected. So this is elected position. So students, any student can apply and participate in elections. This year we did completely online election, like poll, and students also gave their speeches, candidate speeches online. So everybody could, we stream it and everybody could see it. So student council has elected president, vice president, secretary, but if there are candidates who ran for student council but didn't get enough votes, we still offer them to stay in student council for student council board to support student council. And the main purpose of student council is to let students' voices to be heard and provide communication between student body and administrations and above. We also have a green team, which actually was founded by my dear teacher, Cynthia. This green team focus on environmental problems, sustainability, and they practice in community cleanups. So it's more for people who are interested in this exact topic. And we have a community garden also for students who are interested in planting, gardening. And we have small garden in our school, and this group helps to maintain this garden. And sometimes we do farmers market when we have some new vegetables just to contribute. Actually, we used to have much more. We had some clubs, we had parent club, we had chess club. Right now we have alumni, like former students ran a conversation online club. So everybody can join, but it's completely run by students, and it's really amazing. They decided they finished our school, moved on, but they decided to be in touch, keep connected, and they invite sometimes some of us to speak during their sessions. We would like to have more, but so this is next question. Okay, I can do it if you like. So why do you think extracurricular activities are not so popular in adult education? And again, we're mostly talking about adult school because colleges, they have a little bit different approach, but still, if college people can share something, we would appreciate. Thank you.
That's the problem this year. Like, what, they're with jobs and
standalone adult education. But one of my things might be that children in the United States having particular activities with parents who are such as we have here in the United States. There are a lot of students to attend education.
back on that, I find it work like
Mhm. So we would like online participants to type something also. Thank you.
A lot of times when students are coming to a program, adult education, extract the time, extract and they see coming to a action. I'm here to get the thing that I want. Don't waste my time with stuff I not
Mhm. Thank you. I also want to mention the online audience asked me to repeat what we talked before. So people mentioned that we talking about extracurricular activities, we talking about clubs, sport, bands, etc. And to summarize what people said right now, here it's mostly you think we don't students don't have time, no funding, and maybe it's not even common in like it's something new for many newcomers, for many immigrants, because in their countries they don't have similar activities. Okay, let me try. So let we try to summarize everything. We also thought about our different difficulties. So again, no time. So no time, I mean, not only for students, but also for staff. We're so busy fulfilling all these requirements, all these tests, etc. So maybe we just don't have extra time to focus on something additional than just learning English, moving students, transiting students to GED, high school diploma, colleges, career, etc. Limitation on resources. So yes, and by resources, I mean either mostly budget or even sometimes no place. Staff shortage, because again, there should be somebody who would like to lead these extracurricular activities, who is going to spend a lot of time. And I'm the one who telling you, yes, it's time consuming and it's very difficult. When I talk to, I have talked to many different adult schools in California because they wanted to learn from our experience. And some of them mentioned, yeah, but we do not have a central location. Our school, our classes spread over the area. So it's very difficult to bring, we are lucky to have one big location so we can do some events and bring students together. But for some schools, it's impossible. And also lack of instructional support. So sometimes teachers are not very big fan of extracurricular activities. Sometimes administrations doesn't see. We're lucky to have huge support from our administration, but I can understand. And also, I heard this also from you. So students might not be interested or motivated to participate in something else except studying, because they need to study, they need to work. So any other things, we don't need them. However, my colleague has something to say about this.
Well, when we were discussing these slides and discussing some of these different things, and I think a little later, we'll kind of debunk some of these perceptions that we have that are obstacles. So one of the student interests or motivations, I think a lot of times, because we are thinking what the students would like or what the students want, it's a very American way to think of like time is money, right? So why would a student be motivated to do something extra, like it's a waste of their time or things like that? But I think that is a very American way to think about things, because other students coming from other countries, that's not necessarily their experience. That's not, they're very excited about giving back their time because they're getting a free education. And so I just when we were talking about that and discussing that, sometimes we put our own American obstacles on students that don't even think the same way that we do. And that's one of those big ways.
And we want to share our experience because we talk to our students. But before, I want to remind you very quickly, I mean, of course, adult education, we know who we deal with. Again, I'm talking about immigrant students. So you can see this picture of our regular class. I think it's beginning 2 level. Students are busy. They're trying to connect with a phone, with some app, etc., etc. So again, when you look at adult students, you can look at Eva. They look like you. They're adult students. They have their life. They have their profession, some of them. They have their families. They have some duties to perform. I would like you to see what is inside. This is how we feel. When I came here, I felt like these children because I couldn't express myself. It's true?
Yeah, it's totally true.
Yeah. Yeah, so I felt like I came here, I was 37 years old, mother of 2 children, with a 17 years plus career in a public school in my country as a child psychologist, with publications, with a very, very big background. I found myself exactly in law, beginning law class, beginning 2 level class, without ability to express myself, to understand people, and also to understand what is going on around. It's not only about English, believe me. I have been living here for 14 years. I attended several conferences. I presented. I have some publication in COEB journal. So I kind of fluent in English, I hope. I still listening to big presentations. I don't catch some cultural references, people laughing in a cinema, and I kind of like, why? Oh, sometimes I'm the only one who is laughing. People look at me because I have different idea. So this feeling back to feel absolutely incapable to understand and express yourself. This is what your adult students, immigrant adult students have. You need to remember about this. Also, I don't know if you're familiar with immigrant grief. So no matter why people moved here from their countries, maybe some of them came for better life, better economical situation. Some of them escaped war. Some of them, whatever. We still experience immigrant grief. We still feel lost, confused, unclear, etc. So immigrant grief or moving grief is a loss of social status, of your surrounding, of your profession, everything. So again, I know we talk about a lot about trauma-informed education, but this is also what we experience. Okay, we have a question. Eva, do you want to respond to this?
Yeah, of course. When I moved to the US, I felt like, oh my gosh, what happens around me? It's not just because of I have a not so high level of my English. It's also because I don't really understand whole process in USA. And when I go to the San Mateo Adult School, I like and more understand what happens around. I became like volunteer, then I go member student council, and now I feel more stronger and more confident than when I just moved here. If the USA don't have like school like this, I don't know how I figure out with everything. This school really important. Adult school really important for a lot of people, and I know many students who after adult school go to like high positions because they again get their confidence.
Thank you, Eva, for being so passionate about adult education. But I can speak for myself as an immigrant. You ask if it goes away, not completely. I still miss my culture. I don't know my family a lot. But yes, it's like what Eva said, when I'm busy, when I find my purpose, it's easy to overcome. We can follow up on this a little bit later. Okay, you okay with this, Eva? Let us move on, and then yeah, okay. So yeah, so again, I just right now I want it's an important question. How we feel now with the political thing. But again, I brought up this immigrant grief that we would understand because it helped me to understand my students, myself actually better, and our students better. I have been organizing student panels and they tell stories many times, and every time I learn something new. So what I want to tell you again. Okay, so I want to share this picture with you. So we offer our students to volunteer at school. We offer them opportunity. We created this opportunity for them. And like, again, we talked about motivation. Haha. People very often ask me, how do we motivate students to participate? You don't need to motivate anybody. Create the opportunity and you will get from 15 to 70 responses. I helped our neighborhood another adult school to create a student ambassador program. A lot of people came just to learn about this and participate. I said, you don't even need to feed them. You don't need to hook them somehow. They would come, give them opportunity. I was also curious why students so eagerly volunteer. So in 2020 and recently, I asked our volunteers to take a survey, and their two questions were the same. Why did you decide to become a SMACE volunteer? SMACE means San Mateo Adult School and Career Education. And what are the benefits for immigrants of being volunteers? So total 100 students responded, not just students, student volunteers with active experience responded to this question. And we can assume the first motivation would be to improve their language skills, because of course, when you volunteer outside of classroom, you practice your English more. However, you will be surprised, and I was surprised as well. So social engagement and community integration was the #1 answer. They said they felt connected to the community after become volunteering. They found purpose of being, and they found sense of belonging. Of course, language skills go next, and of course, self-esteem and confidence improvement, understanding United States culture, and help with job search. So again, 94% of our responders indicated that volunteering significantly improved their feeling of community connections, is their integration in community. So I think it's kind of also answers the question about immigrant grief. This is what helps them to overcome this grief, because we offer them to volunteer. And I would like Eva to talk about her point, how, as a student, why she thinks extracurricular activities are important.
Hello, everyone again. Hello, people who online with us today. And before I start, I want to answer on question about political. You know, for me, it's right now very difficult to talk about that because I come to the United States because of political. And right now it's like, I try not thinking about really hard about political, and I try, how would say, supporting other people who come with the same reason. And of course, I'm afraid about that happens in United States, and many students also afraid. But when we try go deep inside in this problem, we make another students more afraid than they afraid right now. And I try to support them and try to say that everything will be okay. And if something go wrong, we're here to help. And we have way, and we have goal, and we know where to go. Don't worry and don't be scary. And I believe more important, look at yourself than go to political, because we right now, like, I still okay, I'm more confident right now, but I still feeling a little bit a child, you know, here. But for for me it's like very huge and very big topic, and I try not thinking about really hard, and this is make me more safe inside if I'm not thinking about. Okay, thank you for questions also. I start thinking more. Okay, I wanna again introduce myself. My name is Ivana Anina, and I'm a student at San Mateo Adult School, student council member, and also study graphic design at College San Mateo. And when I just moved to the US, I felt like I am in the dark, dark, dark room. And I really don't know where I go. And in the end of this dark room, I saw San Mateo Adult School. And I decided I should go in that place because it's like highlight, go somewhere very far from me. And San Mateo Adult School said that we can help you with everything, with work, with English, with find your confidence again. And at first, at USA, I felt completely lost. I felt disappointed. I felt like I want to go back. Doesn't matter what reason I have to come here. I want to go back because I don't have support here. I was completely lost. Like my husband also. We come here with my husband, and he feels same. And I should to figure out how to bring confidence to my husband also, because somebody from us should go work and support our family with money. And we decided that I should go to study and get some education, and San Mateo Adult School give me that chance. First of all, when I just go to the school, my first thing was it's really interesting, but I'm afraid because I think that our school, it's like some part of government, and I really scary about that they can provide my confident information with government. And then on some event, I met a student ambassador and student volunteer, and ask about that information that I scary about that a school can provide my information. And they said, no, we're here to support you and give you a chance go forward. And if you wanna, you can join by a volunteer. And I thinking, oh my gosh, it's really good opportunity to start be more involved in social life and feel not so lonely like before, and meet and meet new friends, and try to study something new and more practice my English. And I realized that this is not just for me. This is help for another students who struggle with the same problems like me. And I could help them also realize that we're here to support and help. After that, when I go to volunteer, uh, our school decided to open a new opportunity and be and open student council. And I decided, why not? In the past, back home, I was very independent person. I was very strong woman, and I had a very good job. I was a top manager in a huge European company, and I have many skills that can help our school. And I decided that I want to help our school to encourage another students participate volunteer programs, um, became like student leaders in our school. And I believe it's really a good opportunity, because many students don't realize that they can be leaders. And my goal involved students be like me, because right now they're feeling totally lost. And it's very important to open that programs. And I have some research with another students what they want. They want be part of the social, part of the community. And first chance to do that, participate program like this, volunteer program, student council program, I don't know, help in the garden, just help in the office to put everything in the right place. They want to be with you, with us. They people, they not just want to learn English, they have also their goals. And now, of course, I feel more independent, more confident because of everything that. And thank you, San Mateo Adult School, and especially thank you, Stephanie and Marina, because they, like, when I saw adult school in the dark room, next person that I saw, it was Marina. She like Brian, very bright star in the sky, for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that you come in here and listen to me. And sorry if I have some mistakes because I still try. Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. So from a staff perspective, what these volunteers and all of the student involvement does for, or just my staff perspective. So like I said, I am the admin assistant at the school. Our school runs Monday through Thursday. We run 14 hours a day, and Friday's kind of regular schedule, but it's a lot of time that our school is open. And so having staff during all that time, it definitely decreases the load on the staff, especially during registration time, which is huge. Like we showed before, the lines and lines of people that are there to register, and having to, we now do online registration forms. And so having to have all of those students get all their information in online on these forms, like it says, having experts in every language. So we're able to run, I think 60, I think we do 60 students per registration. And we're only able to, I say this every registration, we could not successfully do our registration the way we do if we did not have the student volunteers, because we just do not have the language power within our staff to facilitate getting through the orientations and the registration, filling out the forms and everything. And so it is absolutely, it is imperative to have the student volunteers during that time. The decrease on our budget. So if we didn't have the students and needed to have languages in most of these languages, we would have to find that. We would have to use the translators in our district, because we do have translators, but then we'd have to pay them. So that's another thing. Also, the decrease on the budget is they are there to help at every single event. We, like I said, Marina has a list of about 70 volunteers. Anytime we do anything, we just did our CASAS testing for the school. And we do CASAS testing in the classrooms now. The teachers are the proctors. And so we kind of have a big, like 4 or 5 classes a night type thing, do their tests. But we had volunteers go into every classroom to help assist those teachers. So that way we only have to have 1 or 2 testing coordinators to kind of oversee. But then those volunteers can be in every single classroom for hands-on help with the teacher. And then also we at night, because our night students, we have so many night students, and now we have like double the amount of classes at night, and then students coming after work and things like that. So we usually provide snacks for the night testers. And so the student ambassadors came and they filled those boxes and were able to take those. And so it just takes a load off of the budget. It takes a load off of us, for them to be able to go into the classrooms and help with those things. Sustain connection to the community that we're serving. A lot of times, and for me, staff in the office, a lot of times we get bogged down with the monotony of just the paperwork or having to answer emails or whatever that is. But having the student ambassadors, because they're in the office a lot, having that connection with the actual community we are serving. Sometimes we need to be reminded that we're not just working in a school or in an office, but these are the students that we are serving. And so having the ambassadors, because we're not in the classrooms, but having them come and help in the office and be around, we remember what we're there for. And that's invaluable. It absolutely helps me for sure with the day-to-day task. And then the smoother transitions for students. So when a student comes in their first time to register and there's another student helping them, another student saying, I was where you were 2 years ago, or, like, yeah, I started just like you, like, I'm a student here also. And then when you're on campus in your classes and you've seen that person that helped you in registration and they're walking the halls with you and they're in class together, it's just a smoother transition. Students are able to connect with another student, and that's not a fluent English speaker, but is there helping them, so it's just smoother for them. It's less stress on the students, and it helps us out tremendously.
Good to hear from my colleagues. What does it mean? Okay, in my perspective, again, I'm wearing 2 hats. I'm former student and I'm former volunteer, so I dearly love this program, but also I'm staff for 9 years. So of course, what I tell my volunteers, they're going to earn job experience and references, and I receiving constantly emails or requests to issue a letter of reference for our volunteers or put my name as their reference. So this is very important. Also, it's a path for mental well-being, as we talked about immigrant grief. I always tell volunteers, when you help others, you help yourself, because you feel you have a meaning. And also with these scary things going on around in my country, in both of my countries now, because I'm a citizen now, it's like you can stay home and watch news and become insane, or you can go to your school and help other people who may be going through the very difficult time, and you will feel much better. So of course it's scary what is going on. Of course our students are afraid to come to school, but again, we supporting each other. This is place for many of us became a second family, or for some of us it became a first place where we found friends. Just a second. Okay. Also, civic engagement, of course, it's very popular right now in California. I don't know if it's popular in other states. Critical democratic literacy course. And of course, this is a way for students to practice their civic engagement. They don't have to go on some protest, etc. They can just come and help in school. And of course, they receive employable skills, which I think some new way talking about this, oh my gosh, integrated educational trainings. I think for some of skills they earn, they practice during volunteering, they could be applied on their resume and as a training. So my next step to kind of make sure we can connect these two pieces together. And one more thing. In case of crisis, you will have advocates, adult education advocates ready. So whenever we had any crisis with our adult education, our students, especially volunteer students, came together to support our school. They came together to talk about importance of adult education. I always have a strong advocate. So this is 5 reasons what I see why it's important to have these programs. And again, why I have such a big list of volunteers? Because some of them can help just once a semester. Some of them can help just once a month. Some of them can help just during the registration. Some of them can help once a week. Some of them ready to help every day, and I need to slow them down and tell them, okay, give opportunity to others, you also need to study. Why it's also important for them? Because they practice in safe environment, and then they are ready to go and volunteer outside. So many student SMACE volunteers told me they found volunteering opportunity outside after practicing volunteering in school. I remember when I wanted to become a volunteer in my son's school, but I was thinking with my level of English and understanding, I would probably more be burden for a teacher than a helper. But after practicing and being volunteer in my school, I decided I can do something outside. It also helps to overcome your fear. And again, not everybody ready to be a leader and speak up. So we give them different opportunities. They can just help in the office behind the scene, but still feel good and connected. Or they can speak at the big board, school board meeting to advocate for school and other students. So now I just want you to see, I figure out what I should do, to see quotes from our students. I wish I could give you hear their voices, but this is, they answer me why they decided to be volunteers and what it's for them to be volunteers. So yeah, you can see, I didn't correct their writing, so I like this one. Is something that itself makes me happy, and it's true. Volunteering makes us happy and stronger and confident. So again, I really encourage you to think about this, and I believe we need to provide our immigrant students with extracurricular activities, with opportunity to practice their skills and be useful, feel useful. It's like, I cannot tell you what was my feeling when first time staff, I was in a high advanced class, and staff asked me if I can translate something for another Russian speaker. I was like, okay, can I do it? And I went, and it was very easy translation, something about transportation card. And I translated, and I came back to class feeling much more satisfied than I felt for 5 semesters before passing my tests. I felt like, wow, I can do it. And you cannot imagine how many students came to me after presentations at school and told me, I heard that you were a student here. I won't be like you to be able from this amount of speaking and understanding to be able to make presentation and help others. It's really touched my heart when student ambassadors, student volunteers bring their friends from their classmates, say, she wants to be a volunteer. And this person would, yeah, I said, don't worry, welcome, etc. And I hear from them, okay, guys, you need to help. My English is so limited. No, it doesn't matter. You speak already 2 languages. You're already very valuable. So it's like, you work with adults, you know how they can inspire you. And this is what helps me to go on and continue no matter what. Thank you so much. I think if you have any questions, we're open to hear from you. Oh, and I think we have some questions online. Let me see.
Did anyone have any questions?
Comments?
Oh, okay.
I was just curious as to what administrative requirements are student ambassadors or that are still students? Like, do they have to register? Like, how did you manage that part?
You mean to become volunteers? And I believe Mariana asked the same. So, it was you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. So I'm actually going to have, when I come back, new student ambassador orientation. So we just announced, we promote this, my colleagues and other student ambassadors while I'm here, they were promoting this new orientation, visiting classes. I usually focus low, intermediate and higher levels because again, language requirement and they feel more confident starting from intermediate level. So they just sign up. I have their email address. My requirement, they should have active email address and check it regularly. So they come, they listen for orientation, what they need to do. Then I send them a sign up form. When I need volunteers, they're on my volunteering list. That's it. And I'm telling them, once a volunteer, always a volunteer. You can disappear for 1 year, then you can come back. I will accept you back. We're not college, we're adult school. Yeah, and they're current students. So what is required for them to be current students? If they're current students, they might be current or former students. If they're in our system, I accept them. But we have different policy for outside community volunteers. But it's much easier for ours because if you in class already, you don't need to go.
Yeah, and right now, because of that program, many students who already not studying in our school still back and help our school. Many years, yeah, I know some guys.
Is there a question behind?
Yeah, many years.
Yeah, yes, they do come back and they stay for a long time.
I have a question. I want to say thank you so much for this presentation.
Thank you.
When I came, so you speaking as my safe place, because I am from Colombia. I was easily student. Every time I want to say something in this session, but I'm scared. So I say in this session, I do that. So thank you so much. In this moment, I am from Florida. I'm working in the Immigrant College. I will start with an intake specialist, but now I am recruitment and retention specialist. So when I saw that, this is an amazing idea because when I finished my ESOL class and I got the certificate, I said, okay, so where's next? So, okay, Brenda, so my husband is from here. So with him, I'm talking English, of course, but when we are doing social events, I am really shy. Nice to meet you. But now,
Thank you.
but now with this okay. I think the student, they are going to be more excited because they can practice their speaking. You know, hizo mi trabajo, the number speak.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I will
questions. If you're looking at a program that does not have a student council program has, what would be your recommendation about where to start? What would be the first thing you think that a program should do to start on this particular?
What would be the first thing you do to start if there's no program?
Got it. I'm sorry. I was distracted with online participant. Okay, so actually this question also people ask me. First of all, decide what you want to do. Why do you need volunteer? You need them for what? You cannot just say, okay, guys, I'm collecting volunteer for something. You need to offer them a project. So when I helped Sequoia Adult School, their idea was to have volunteers to run a toy drive, to like collect toys and donate them to organization. Another step was to help with some event. So if you have some event or registration, just ask people who want to help. And I would visit advanced classes, like people with advanced levels first, because they feel more confident. But again, as soon as you have small group, even if you have like 5 volunteers already, they can help you to promote this opportunity, and they can visit classes and talk from their experience, so more people would come. But again, you need to find an event, create an event, but also you need to find a dedicated person, a dedicated staff who is going to manage it. And it's not like I'm kind of bragging, but honestly, again, without person who is ready to manage all of this and coordinate all of this, your volunteering program will disappear. And it was question about connections. I think it's the next slide, which, yeah.
And one more thing to add, I don't know if we mentioned this like explicitly, but another thing that our volunteers,
Another thing we do with our volunteers, and I'm speaking this mic because they're not hearing well. Listen. Another thing that we do is job shadowing in the office. And so if we have students that are trying to get out into the workforce, or they're wanting to get American office skills, because that's another thing. Offices in different countries are so different, and just like the office etiquette and the way that you interact within an office and the different like hierarchies of an office, that is it's the American way is a lot different. And so a lot of times when we have students that are going into those workforces or want that experience or have that's another thing we do is job shadowing in the office with the staff. And so just wanted to put that out there. That's just something else you all can think about as well as a resource. So here's the QR code for, is it your information, Marina?
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of